Hello students, I am Hasina BV, Assistant Professor CSE Department, Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. I am presenting this video to explain the illustrative programs from the 5th unit of Problem Solving and Python Programming. In the 5th unit, we are having only two programs in the illustrative programs. The first one is word count program, and the second one is copy the content of a file. So let us see the first program, word count. In this program actually we have to open one file, text file. We have to retrieve the individual words from the file and count the number of occurrences of a word. That is, sometimes each word may present in more than one time. Okay, so we have to count the number of occurrences of a word. So for that, in our program we are in need of sys module. So initially we have imported the sys module in our program. Then we are opening the file. We are opening on file node.txt in the R+ mode. Then we have declared one dictionary. Okay, initially we have declared the empty dictionary and we are giving the variable name to the dictionary as word count. Okay, so in this dictionary only we are going to collect the words and the corresponding count values. Okay, next we are going to get the words from the file. For that we are using the for loop. The for loop will repeatedly read the content and it will split the words from the content and it will be fine. After that we have to keep the individual words into the word count dictionary. So each time we are going to find out the count value of the individual words. For that we are using the for loop. So for word in file.read.split. Okay, here in the for statement we are directly applying the methods like read.split. We all know the read method. File is the file object we have created for the while opening the file node.txt. Read method will read the contents from the file, isn't it? Along with that we have applied the split method. So the split method will split the individual words from the file. So during the each iteration of the for loop, each words will be assigned for the iteration variable word. We all know in the for loop there will be the iteration variable. Here we are using word as the for loop variable. So each time during the each execution of the for loop, the single word will be retrieved into the variable word. Okay, so during the first time of the for loop iteration, the first word will be taken from the file. It will be splitted. Words will be splitted by the split method, isn't it? The first word will be present in the variable word. After that we are going to the if statement, if word not in word count. So this if statement we are using to add up the count to the words. That is, if we are taking one word, this word is coming at the first time means initially it will not be present in the word count dictionary, isn't it? So now if the particular word is not already present in the dictionary, the count value 1 will be added to that word. Else, that is, if the word is we are doing the operation repeatedly, no? So at one instance, if you are reading one word from the file, if it is already present in the dictionary means one more count will be added to the previous count, isn't it? For example, I am reading the word you, y-o-u. Second time, already during the first time itself the word will be present in the word count dictionary with the count value 1. When we read the same word second time, the count will be changed into 2. Okay, so add up the count we are using this if statement. Okay, so here else means if the word is already present in word count. If the word is already present in the word count of word plus equal to 1. The meaning of this statement is word count of word equal to word count of word plus 1. Plus 1 will be added to the previous count. Now we are closing the file. So the for loop will be repeatedly gets executed. All the words will be collected into the dictionary, and if one particular word is repeatedly coming, and according to that the count value will be incremented to the particular word. Okay, so all of you think one thing. In the dictionary, normally in the dictionary we will have two pair of items, isn't it? So each item will have two elements, key and its value, isn't it? Key and value pairs will be collectively stored in the dictionary. So here in this dictionary, the key will be the words and its value will be the count. So all of you imagine the key in the dictionary, key will be the individual words. Each time each word will be the consecutive keys, and the corresponding values are their count values. So each word will be appearing for one time in the dictionary. In the file, some words may be present more than one time. Many times a single word may come in the file. But in the dictionary, in the program, we are storing the file for only one time, and the count will be incremented based upon the number of times actually the word is present in the file. So in the dictionary, the word and the corresponding count value will be collected. So after that, we are going to print the output. So in the first line, we will print words in the file and count. These two will be printed like the heading. So we all know we are going to print the individual words and the corresponding count in two columns. So here we are going to print the heading to that column. So the first column will have the heading words in the file. Second column will have the heading count. After that, we are going to print the different words and the count values. For that, we should have one for loop. For key in word count dot keys. Okay, for key in word count dot keys. So we all know we can access the elements from the dictionary by referring the key values. So we are going to access each and every key and the corresponding count values. So in the for loop, we have used the key as the iterating variable. So each time the key value from the dictionary will be accessed into the iterating variable key. So for example, we can imagine the dictionary first time having the word hello, secondly it have the word how. So during each iteration of the for loop, the consecutive words from the dictionary will be accessed, and for each iteration it will print the particular word and the corresponding count value. So the word will be taken into the variable key, isn't it? So as a result of the for loop iteration, each time the word will be stored into the iterating variable key, and to take the count value, we have applied the dictionary like this: word count of key. Word count of key. The word count of key will have the count value. Okay. So in this manner, repeatedly we are printing the consecutive words and the corresponding count values. So we are going to see the input and output. Let us assume our input file, that is node.txt file, is having the content hello, how are you all the best. Now we will get the output like this. Here we can see how word is coming 2 times, or word is coming 2 times, you is presenting 2 times, all 2 times. So in the output we will get the display like this. Words in the file count. Here some alignment problem with the count value. So in the first column all the words will be listed out for a single time. Okay, like hello, how are you, all the best. And in the second column the corresponding count value will be printed. So here we have noticed the file how is presented, how is present in the file 2 times. R is there, R is present in the file for 2 times. So likewise the program will produce the output. Next we can see the second program, that is copy the contents of the file. In 2 ways we can write this program. Okay, so in the first method we can use the with open statement for file opening, and we are using the for loop for taking the individual line from one file and it will be written into the second file. Okay, so let us see the first program. Actually we are going to open on file hello.txt, and from in the hello.txt may have some text contents. We are going to copy the contents from hello.txt and it will be pasted into another one file. By second time we will open another second file, that is copy.txt. So the copied content from the first file will be pasted into the copy.txt file. Okay, so for that initially to open the hello.txt we have used the statement with open of hello.txt as f. Here the file object we have created for the file hello.txt is f, and then we have opened this, we are opening another one file copy.txt, and we have created the file object f1 for copy.txt, and we are using the for loop for line in f. F is actually the first file, isn't it? The first file is having the content. We are going to copy the content from the first file f, file with the file object f. So in the for loop we are using the iterating variable line. So during each iteration of the for loop, individual lines will be taken from the file hello.txt, that is from the file object f, and during each iteration we are performing the write operation, that is we are writing the line present in the variable line into the file f1. Okay, so in each iteration of the for loop, individual lines will be taken from the first file, that is hello.txt, and it will be written into the second file, that is copy.txt. So by this we can copy all the lines from the first file and it will be pasted into the second line copy.txt. So this is one way of writing this program, and the second way is new file equal to open of copy.txt comma w. We are opening the copy.txt file by using the open method, and we are opening the file in w mode, and we have created the file object new file for this file. Then we are opening the second file, that is with open of hello.txt comma r as f. So we have created the file object f for the file hello.txt. Now we are going to copy the content from the file hello.txt, and we will copy the content, we will paste the content into the file copy.txt. For that we have used the statement new file dot write of f dot read. So by this statement what will happen? F dot read means it will read the content from the file f, isn't it? So that content will be written into the file object new file. In the single statement itself we have done the read operation from the hello.txt file, and in the same statement we are writing the content into the first file, that is new file. New file is the file object created for the file copy.txt, isn't it? So we have copy the contents from the hello.txt and we have pasted the contents into the file copy.txt. So always we will use the file objects for referring the files. Finally we have closed the files. Okay, so we can see the example. The input file is hello.txt. Sometimes assume the hello.txt having the content problem solving and Python programming. In the second line it is having from Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. And after that when we look at the file copy.txt, we will get the same content copied into the file copy.txt. By the both programs we will get the output like this. Okay, the content from the source file will be copied into the destination file. Okay, so here is the possibility of, in the university question, there is the possibility of asking two of these programs, like write a Python program to copy the content of a file into another file. Write down the Python program to count the number of words in a file. Okay, thank you students.